have
Spur, yes, sir.
Okay, we have spur end, Tyrin Bradley. Questions for Tyrin? Greg?
So Tyron, it's second year in the system, had success last year, but do you feel different, the comfort level different for you second time around?
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely a huge change. Understanding not only my job but the guys around me. So it helps me out. It gives me an opportunity to help my teammates out, knowing their assignments, so I can be in, just better position overall on the defense, and just understanding why we make certain calls for certain situations, and how can I adjust my alignment or my assignment to maybe give off a disguise and help out, the protection, or whether it's being in the window or stuff like that.
So is it instinct you played on more last year, or, I mean, do you just know it that much more this year?
Yeah, I played off a lot of instinct, but this year I feel like I'm a lot more comfortable in the defense. Like I said, I feel like I know more so my job and the people around me. So I know maybe certain techniques I can use on certain plays because I might have an inside hook somewhere, or a hook dropping down from the safety, just things like that. You know what I'm saying? So I can tighten up my alignment and my coverage, and even when it's coming off the edge, disguising it, and I'm saying maybe giving them the slide to protection another way to free up, the end, or give me the one-on-one off the edge. So yeah, definitely a lot more comfortable in the defense. But yeah.
How is Coach Cabrillo?
He's great, man. Ever since he's got here, he's changed the trajectory of our room. He's allowed me to be more free. I could be myself out there. He gives us the comfortability to try new things out there. He was brought here to increase our pass rush and help us pass rush. So, ever since he's gotten here, he's just taught me things, and honed up on some skills that I may have already had. And like I said, he allows me to go out and just be free and play my game.
What has he taught you? I mean, is it specific pass rush moves that maybe you didn't have in the toolbox before? What are some of the things he's taught you?
I wouldn't say specific pass rush moves, more so just recognition, understanding what type of blocks, what type of scheme the O-line is giving us, whether it's a 60-man protection or, just things like that. Understanding what moves I can use versus a slide. Like I said, recognition, just understanding my keys and my eyes. He's really helped me hone up my eyes in terms of pass rushing, and just what to look for coming off the edge with certain blocks, and the quarterback and how he moves. And he tells us we're rushing two people. We got to rush the tackle and the quarterback. So, like I said, he just came in. He allows me to be a free player, allows me to try new stuff, and his energy level is always top notch. So, yeah.
Is it tough to be a pass rusher, during a camp like this, because you're never going to touch the quarterback? Like even on days when you tackle, you guys aren't really going to tackle.
Yeah, they make it a big deal to stay away from six. So it's definitely tough. But like I said, just getting the feel for those reps and understanding, like, what I'm saying, when you do get free, just kind of you gotta pull back a little bit. But they do a pretty good job of charting our sacks and TFLs and stuff like that. So overall, getting in the feel of actually sacking the quarterback is gonna be exciting when we can really we can kick it off August 31st. But for right now, they kind of keeping us away from them.
And then I guess, how do you practice? Because I remember Coach Leslie talked about this last year. Practice forcing fumbles on sacks. You talked about like going after the ball or going after arms. How do you practice that stuff when, again, you can't really touch them?
Yeah, Coach Cabral, he does a great job in drill work. Working off the edge and then reaching and running. Giving us a key point to look for, and our GA Buck, he usually does a good job as well. They work hand in hand, but in our drills. But yeah, like I said, Coach Cabral, he usually has that stuff in drill work for us. So, when we come off the edge, we make a move and we reach and run, and it's a ball right there or a tennis ball right there, something to just get our aim right so we don't miss when it's game time.
Have you ever had an assistant coach that puts on the pads and says, "Come hit me"? Nope, that's not hard enough. Go again.
Nah, no, I haven't had one of those. Nah.
What did you think when you first exposed to those drills?
It was different. It kind of was an eye opener. It was like I said, it was different, but it also helps us. Like when we do come off the edge and we do reach and we run, all that stuff, it correlates to game time. So being able to translate it from drill to team segments, it's important to get certain looks and understand the speed of the game is going to be different. So, just getting in that drill work is just always important.
People, 60,000 people in the stands, they watch you rush the passer, and they're thinking it's all physical. I mean, the speed, strength, et cetera. But the way you talk about it, it sounds like there's a little bit of intellect involved in that, though. Maybe a lot of intellect involved
Yeah,
in that.
definitely.
How much goes into the non-physical aspect of that?
Yeah, Coach Cabral, he tells us all the time. This is pass rushing is like a chess game. We got to set the tackle up, just kind of like how receivers, they set up DBs and they give them moves and releases off the line. It's kind of similar for us. We may work a move and the ball comes out in a few seconds, but we still getting it in the tackle's mind that, we may come off and do this. And so, like I said, it's just a chess game, throughout the game. Sacks are they come in bunches, what I'm saying? So when you get them, you're likely to get another one. But yeah, it's real intellectual. What I'm saying? Just playing that chess game over the course of the game, over the course of series with the tackle and showing him different things and getting him to open up his hips and counters and stuff like that.
What do you think of Ty French?
He's a great guy. He has a high motor, extremely high motor. I talked to him yesterday, like we work off of each other, his strengths, my strengths, his weaknesses, my weaknesses, he's coming from a lower level FCS like I was last year. So it was just important for me to tell him, like, hey, you're going to get home just based off of natural ability. And, his resume speaks for itself. But just helping him get here and hone up his skills. Like I said, he has a motor. Like, the dude can go. But we're going against a lot bigger guys. So helping him understand, like, he has to use his leverage. He has to use his speed a lot. And, like, he wants to learn. He's a sponge. And I love to help him. He asks me anything, and what I'm saying, I'm there to help him because, like I said, I know the defense. And so whenever he asks a question or anybody in the room asks, I'm always the first one to try to help up and speak and let them know what's up.
What was the biggest jump that you faced coming from FCS and that he's going to face?
Really just a lot bigger guys, a lot faster. Like I tell them all the time, we joke about it. Like, we used to run around guys at FCS level, it was a lot easier. And so when you got guys that are getting to their spots a lot faster and they're a lot stronger, you got to rely on your technique. And that's been the biggest thing for him. Like I said, he has a motor, so he's going to get home. He's going to make plays naturally. But, when the talent level is equal to or greater than, it's what can you rely on. So really just been the big thing for him is just honing up his skills and, his get off and his hand violence and stuff like that.
In the game plan of pass rushing, Cody talking about you can't touch Green, but do you ever go to Green or Nico, the quarterback, and say, hey, I want to kind of pick your brain on what you think a quarterback would do here or what I could do against QBs since you are one? Does it kind of work that way at all?
Now, Gigi kind of different. He's a little different. He can get out of the pocket. He can run. He can step into the pocket. He can make any throw on the field. He showed us that in practice. So with me, it's more so the tackle. I get to go against Wyatt every day. He's a great offensive tackle. So just when we go at it and we rushing each other, just learning and understanding, like when he gives me certain sets or when a certain drop back looks from Gigi, what can I do in certain situations to maybe get more pressure, because not every tackle that I'm gonna face is gonna be as good as him. So really just being able to pick his brain and see what he does and what he's looking for, and then on my end and on the D-line end, just using that against guys and being able to put it all into play.
That pass rushing is kind of like a game of chess. So like in chess, all the pieces on the board do something a little bit different. Mm-hmm. Does a good defense have a bunch of guys who can rush the passer slightly differently? And then is that what this defense has?
Oh yeah, definitely. We got a lot of different guys that can rush. We got Sean Martin. He's a freak. However tall he is, extremely long, strong. And we got Eddie V, extremely high motor. And then we got guys like TJ who are more short, compact, explosive. Me, Ty French coming off the edge, Sonny Redwood coming back, he brings a lot for us. But yeah, that's a lot of different skill sets. So it's Coach Leslie, they do a good job of giving us different fronts and allowing us to twist and loop and work off of each other. And we even got the freedom to, call some of our own games. I might flip the 3-tech if I want to, or if I see a matchup I like, and move Sean to outside, or just whatever we like. And that's given us the freedom to be able to do that because we got a lot more depth and a lot better pass rushers as well.
Emphasis from the coaches in this camp about being more physical. And, for you all, and that's not always just running straight through somebody. What are some of the different ways you've tried to be more physical in this camp? And, does that suit your game?
Oh, yeah, of course. I've always been a physical player. But, yeah, just the point of attack, striking with my hands, defeating blocks, maintaining gap leverage, pad leverage, and just those main things. Like you said, it's not always about running straight through people, but sometimes you got to set edges on bigger guys and force the ball to bounce back inside. And really, that's been the main thing. This camp that they've been focusing on is our gap leverage, our pad leverage, and our hand leverage, making sure that we are all in gaps so the defense can flow and work together. You know what I'm saying? So that's been the biggest thing for us.
Okay, any other questions for Tyrin? All right.
Thank y'all.
Very much.